Hello everybody, it's me, Rachel. In today's video, I wanted to play with the Fillup Orange eyeshadow palette from Touch and Soul. And I just did an orange look not too long ago with this palette. And it was funny because I was like, yay, another orange, but it's not as orange. I mean, it has some orange elements to it, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest orange palette considering what I already played with. So we're going to play with this. I have only done foundation. I haven't done anything else because I wanted to play with the glitter that's in here. So just go ahead and get started. I've already primed with Urban Decay Primer Potion. And I'm going to take this shade here. I have the little sleeve. I don't know why brands like, I feel like this is, how much more money does it cost to just print it? But anyhow, that's a bit of a tangent or a ramble or a complaint. So I'm going to take Milk Foam, which is this shade right here, and just take a big fluffy brush and kind of even out her eyelid with this shade. Let's go ahead and grab this brush. So we have a Milk Foam all over our, I hate that, that sounds gross. So I have that all over my lid, all over, and I'm going to take, let's see, we have to put the sleeve back over it. It's called, I'm not really sure, Affogato, I don't really know. I could be saying that totally wrong. But I'm going to take this shade and put it in our crease and really kind of blend it out. This is a really dusty shade. And put this all in our crease. I feel like this, every time I look at it, it kind of reminds me more of like fall tones instead of like a bright summery orange. I will plink the video, I'm going to plink the video, oh no, now we're going to have to say plink. I'm going to plink the video down below. Plink the video that I did. I'm just going to say that because it's fun to say. I'm going to link the video that I did before with the orange palette from Profusion. And you can see, like, if you want to see a totally orange look, that one's like totally. This one seems to like more muted and definitely I'm not really sure how to say this. Anyways, Affogato. Anyways, I put that all over in our crease area and I'm just blending it through. It really just is a perfect transition shade. I feel like I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you can see. Then I'm gonna take this shade right here called Espresso, right here. And I'm gonna take that with a little bit more of a precise brush. This is a Stila number 2 brush. And I'm going to take this just very precisely and blend it out, put this shade in the crease. It's not going to be very opaque or pigmented because I'm using such a little tiny detail brush. This brush, when you look at it online, it says it's for concealer, but I've said it before in the past of how tiny this brush is. Okay, now I want to darken that espresso shade up a little bit more in the outer corner. So I'm taking like this little pencil brush. It's a little bit more dense, so it's going to pick up and lay down a little bit more product. Just to add some dimension and shadow. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that espresso shade is not very pigmented. Maybe it is. The brushes that I'm using are not very forgiving with it. So I'm going to take a bigger kind of a crease brush here, and then I'm going to blend this shade in here. It is called Tart right here, and then just kind of blend that into the crease as well. And then I'm gonna try to play with some of the glitter that's in here and stuff like that, and we'll just get a little bit fun with it. So this is just going to almost go over the top and should blend together to make something quite interesting. Okay, so me putting this shade in the crease pretty much just made that espresso shade like disappear all the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to give everything the benefit of the doubt and just go in with like a little bit more of a, you know, some shadows just do go with certain brushes, certain techniques. So you have to kind of learn the palette. So I got a different brush and I'm going to just try and place this here because I want some dimension because we're going to use that glitter. But I just don't think this shade is a really good one. So far I've used 3 different brushes. It comes nice on your finger for a swatch, but sometimes if a shadow is too dry, then it's not going to work out very well. I mean, it will look good in the pan, but it just won't transfer well on your eye. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit with like a precise brush and go back in with that shade Milk Foam and just go in the crease area. So basically not the crease, but the brow bone. So basically what we did in the crease is just like for a little bit of a dimension, because mostly what we're going to do is just play with the glitter and then do some liner, and then we'll just play with that. So we will see. I'm going to apply a little bit more eye primer. I'm just going to go in with my Urban Decay eye primer potion a little bit more. I have a glitter eye primer, but I don't know where it is. And I should allow some of the glitter to stick. I'm not exactly excited to put this glitter on, but kind of I am, because I haven't played with a glitter shadow in a little while. So just trying to put it here in the center. Not doing too much because I don't really want to mess up the eyeshadow that we do have, because we don't have that much eyeshadow considering the situation. Okay, so I'm going to take a little kind of precise, almost like a concealer brush, and take some of the glitter. The glitter is called Caution Hot. And okay, so being that it is glitter, it's not that fallouty. Like I said, being that it is glitter, considering, but if you are going to use a lot of glitter, I would recommend having tape with you so that you can put some on the end of your brush and then just roll it off like a lint roller. That's what I would recommend. Seen to be done, and it works pretty good. So the next thing that I'm going to use is called Brown Sugar, and it's this shade right here, and it's actually one of the ones in here that I think is the most pretty. I mean, other than the glitter, because glitter itself is just pretty. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm like loving this palette very much. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's not my most favorite. Probably won't keep this one around very long. But we're going to give it a try. You can see how it all performs. Kind of like a review sense. I will say that this shade in here is my most favorite in here. But we'll see how it all kind of comes together once we do like lashes and liner and such. So I'm not going to apply any falsies yet. I haven't gotten to that point yet in my allergy season. My eyes just water terribly. So I'm going to go ahead and put this liner on right now, and it's the Stay Put Matte liner from Milani, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I've put mascara on, liner, and I did my brows. I'm going to talk about this palette just a little bit. So I was looking closer at the... I just knocked stuff off my desk. I'm just going to leave it how it is. We'll talk about it later. So I was looking at this look up close, and I feel like because it comes with the glitter, I feel like the shadows themselves should have been a little bit more pigmented, because like if you're going to use glitter, you're going to go home all the way. And a lot of the shades in here are not very pigmented when you use a brush. They just don't really give you much to work with, and I just don't feel like it has a very good flow. Like, so like this shade, and this shade all look pretty similar. Let's like swatch them real quick. So they all have like this similar vibe. So if you were to put these all three on your eyes, then they would all like meld together, and like, yeah, they just pretty much all look the exact same here on my arm. So I'm not really sure. I can tell you right now, this palette will not be staying in my collection. I will not recreate this look that I'm wearing. But I mean, it is what it is, and it did come in a BoxyCharm, so I didn't really technically purchase it. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and I'm not exactly a glitter wearer all the time, and so when I do, I use like a Stila glitter thing. There's like a fuzz or something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and conceal, and then we will finish the rest of the face. So the concealer is the Kokie Be Bright Illuminating Concealer. This is the one I'm using right now. And I'm going to take the brush that I used for foundation. I kind of go back and forth between a sponge and a brush, and when I use a sponge, I use a cosmetic wedge because I just find them to be more sanitary. But mostly I would say I probably use a brush more than anything. So the powder that I'm using, or I'm trying to use up, is this Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation. I'm just going to go ahead and go around the whole face with this. I'm like not excited about the eye look that I'm wearing. I just keep looking at it and I'm like, no. So the bronzer that I'm going to use today is Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder from Essence. And I'm just going to take a e.l.f. stippling brush and just kind of dust this around the face, mostly in the backs of my cheeks, up here. Trying to salvage the look that we already have. That's like something that I'm not exactly I mean, it's not terrible. I would wear this out of the house, but I'm not exactly excited about the glitter either because they do wear contacts, and glitter and contacts don't really be friends together. So anyhow, just some of my thoughts about it. And I'm going to, if someone didn't take it, meaning my son, highlight. I guess I have to use a different brush. So I'm going to highlight. I'm going to use the Smashbox, the Hood Witch highlighter, crystallized highlighter in Optimistic. Every time I say that, it makes me laugh. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of make it a little bit bigger on the cheek here because I'm going to use a really light blush because of kind of trying to think out of the box, thinking what I do if I had to wear this out of the house. Now, I always like a fun highlighter, so I'm going to stick with that, and the packaging on this highlighter is like awesome, I must say. So the blush that I'm going to use is this one. It's not cruelty-free, but I'm trying to use it up to get it out. It was in my project pan, but for some reason these things don't want to get gone. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this because it does go on very sheer. And then I'm just going to apply some more of my Pixie Butter Shea Butter Lip Balm, and this is just like a nude shade. Really been liking this. I'm not sure you can get it anymore. I've had it for a little while. So that is the video using the Fillup I feel like Fillup Orange from Touch and Soul, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I've already said I'm not, well, I guess I already do know how I feel about it. I'm not going to keep it, so we'll pass it along and we'll sanitize it with the necessary ways of sanitizing things. But yeah, if you are here to watch this video to learn more about this palette, sorry if I disappointed you, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!